Hello everyone, and welcome to Success Search. This video is a book presentation of The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. If you felt frustrated about life because of other people, this book is for you. Without further ado, let's dive into what it's about. So what is the Let Them Theory book? Well, it was written by Mel Robbins, who is the runner of the Mel Robbins podcast that teaches about success in life, and also a recent New York Times bestseller. She discovered that the key to success, happiness, and love can be contained in two simple words: let them. And so, she wrote this self-help book that explains what the let them theory is and how it can help you take back your personal power and find peace in your life. So here are the main messages of the let them theory. You cannot control other people's opinions, emotions, or actions. Indeed, you may be frustrated about what others do to you or do to themselves, and you have the urge to control how they ought to be. You may even be worried about their judgments on you, and you have the urge to not offend them. But the reality is that you only have the power to control yourself. So the best you can do is to let others do what they want, while you let yourself do what's best for yourself and how you interact with others. For example, let's say you're in line to order at a restaurant. Suddenly, a guy who is having a coughing fit comes up behind you. As time passes, you get very annoyed at him for coughing too much. You have the urge to tell the man to control his coughs or even scold him for spreading the disease he may have. But what good would that do if he can't control his coughs? Would scolding him to keep his mouth shut do any good? Not really. So what should you do instead? The better answer to that is to just let them. Indeed, you have no control over that person. And even if you take your time to persuade him how irritating it is and how it would spread the disease, that persuasion would be in vain if he keeps coughing anyway. So the best thing you can do is to just leave him alone and let him do what he wants. But is it good enough to just let him spread the disease to you? No way, Jose. After letting them, you should also remember to let me. You give yourself a turn to do what you want in response as long as you don't control or force others to agree with you. For example, instead of scolding the coughing man, you can give yourself a distance from that man to avoid infection, and put on some headphones to silence the irritating coughs. Letting yourself after letting them is a proactive way to handle any kind of situation. Now, as you can see, the let them theory is a cycle of letting people do what they want, while you do what's best in response. By acknowledging you don't have the power to control others but yourself, you let go of the stress to manage others and give yourself the freedom to focus on your life, your goals, and your happiness. But what would happen if a person threatens you or your loved ones in some way? You may not have the power over that person, but you have the power to defend yourself or others. What would happen if your loved one was to do something reckless? You may not have total control over them, but you can at least give them warning and encourage them not to do it. The point is that you may not have total control over others, but you have the power to do what's right. The let them theory can apply to many aspects of life, such as relationships, friendships, careers, dating, politics, and much more involving people. By having that mindset, you can live a better life and even enhance the lives of others. However, one exception that the author mentioned is that the let them theory mainly applies to adults, but it doesn't apply to parents raising up their children. Since children don't know so much about what's right and wrong, parents have the responsibility to keep their children safe and prevent them from doing the wrong things. As long as you keep the mindset with other adults, you can use the let them theory. So in conclusion, just let them. By letting go of your need to manage others, you're free from letting others have power over you. Likewise, by focusing on yourself and what you can control, you reclaim your own power. With that kind of mindset, you will experience true freedom and find peace again in your life. With that, thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for another exciting book overview that will come later. Other than that, go out there, let them, and let yourself keep on searching for success.